Hey everybody, it's Grady with Twin Creek Audio back in the studio again today. Today I'm going to talk about something that until recently I didn't have that much experience with, but now I do, and that is owning a large format studio recording console like this Soundcraft Sapphire. There are two main things that you want to consider if you're considering owning something like this. Number one is, do you have the space for it? This particular console is, well, some people wouldn't even consider this a large format console. They might say it's a medium console or something like that. This one is 7 foot 2 inches wide with the built-in patch bay. So that's the first thing to consider. Second thing to consider is, can you get to it to pick it up and bring it to your location? Because shipping something like this is going to be extremely expensive, even though consoles like this do sell for pretty reasonable prices compared to what they cost new. The shipping costs would be prohibitive, and if you are going to pick it up locally somewhere, you need to have 2 or 3 people with you and some kind of a large vehicle or a trailer to actually be able to move it. So those are the two main things to consider with something like this. There are other things. The biggest one, besides those first two main reasons, is what kind of condition it's in, whether or not the console works properly. Do you have the knowledge to fix the console if it does have problems? And is the asking price worth what you're going to get? And what's its functionality, the functionality level versus what you're going to have to spend as far as repairing it, refurbishing it, or whatever. So those are the main things, and I'm going to show you some videos now. Some video that I took the day that we actually picked this up, which this was reasonably local to me. I think it was about 3 hours away from my location when we got it. And I had 3 people with me to help move this, and it was in a crate on wheels, which made it a little bit easier. So that's another thing to consider. If you're going to buy one of these and it's not already crated and ready to move, or you don't have it crated beforehand, then that adds additional complications. So you might need packing blankets or to build a crate to safely move it. So anyway, let me show you some video from moving day. Now, I wasn't necessarily filming these bits of video to put on YouTube at the time, so I didn't get every bit of it, especially trying to move this thing, which without the stand, I think this weighs 356 pounds. So we had quite a time getting it up the stairs. Literally had to tear out some of the railing on the stairway outside to turn it to move it in the doors of the studio here. So I'm going to leave you with some clips of that, and just caution you, if you're going to purchase something like this, you definitely need the space, you definitely need some strong friends to help move it, and it should be reasonably local to you, unless you have a ton of money and you want to drive cross country, because I don't know if I would recommend shipping something like this unless you use a professional moving company that's used to moving large studio equipment like this. Anyway, check out the clips of moving day when I first got this Soundcraft Sapphire. Or anything. I won't put anybody's name in it or anything like that. But I'm trying to get some that way I think want to film.
Pretty good one.
Be the first time I've ever had anything come out of a crate like this. Well, maybe that Carvin did when I first got it.
We don't know. We're not really sure.
Dracula.
I'm pulling nails at the door and that way.
Dracula.
If soil starts falling out of there, I'm moving.
Probably gonna have to lift that side.
Yeah, that was on that side. Is this the part where I'm supposed to pretend like my back's going out?
That's what I'm fixing to do. I was thinking the same thing.
That
My
old,
back's going out.
that old injury from playing football on Atari when I was a kid was acting up a little.
She's pretty though.
Yeah, I put them right here in that one corner of the strap bucket.
There's a bunch of studio foam in this crate too. Purple studio foam.
Awesome. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
You're going to repurpose all of that?
That's
Yeah, maybe. If the stuff that's not
I'm thinking
torn
Lufkin
out.
Panthers.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
Lufkin
Well, it's,
Panthers.
it's purple.
I said I use anything for her. That's all.
Gary, can you film this from over there where you can
Wait, where's the camera?
It's already on. Just start, just get up there, let it.
Or we're gonna use it. We might have to have it.
We may have to use it right
Yeah, let's ease it over on them steps and just set it on it and we'll make it a platform right
Oh, yeah. This is that second step.
now. There you go. Trash bag. We need a trash bag. You're gonna try to save this phone?
You might as well.
If any of it's in good enough shape.
Oh, put it in
looks
one
pretty
bag
good.
and put the other stuff in another bag.
It's studio foam is what it is.
What about this? You want to
No,
throw this
that
out?
can be thrown out. We won't do
Or
anything
just the
with
purple
it.
stuff?
If you grab
Just
in
the
the garbage
purple
bag,
stuff.
We're saving the purple stuff
The
because we
purple
love
stuff,
the
like that piece is a nice big piece. and
we
it's
love the
all-
Lufkin Panthers, so we're gonna.
I don't know.
We love the Lufkin Panthers.
Where you gonna put
Well, we're in Lufkin, Texas right now, so.
Whatever it
Oh
takes
yeah,
to
there's
get
a
this.
big piece of foam, like right here. This whole big piece.
That'll work.
It's a little ratty.
Yeah, that's the junky stuff. That might be okay, but that's not big enough to use in a corner, is it?
Not really.
Yeah.
We got this whole big piece here.
What about that? That'll you may be able to use that.
We're gonna have these here.
I just don't want the packing peanuts getting inside the console.
Well, that's possible if you don't dump them out in.
So you don't want all these
No, we can throw.
in this big chunk?
Get them off of here right quick.
Yeah, put it all in
You
there.
got 'em
Just dump them in the bath, in the shower.
That's what I've been like.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh, I could have been throwing them in the rubber.
We got a bag in the phone right here.
It's Saturday and I quit thinking about noon on Friday, so.
Here we go. Hello everybody, this is the new console for our mobile studio.
Was it? Yeah, let's see the ball right
It's
there.
only what, about 6
That's
feet
a lot of
long?
weight has been taken.
6, 7.
6, 7,
Do a lot of
400, doesn't matter. It's all the same.
do a lot of folk acquisition over at the listening room.
Oh yeah, we can do.
It's an oversized mix.
Pulling that side off.
I haven't helped him remember this way. We just didn't do it.
You help lay it down. Oh, on.
Oh, one screw right here. All right. Let's see.
What's in there under that glass?
You're gonna have to have it.
Yeah, but there's a piece of.
This is cheap wood and it's easy to do.
Oh, so
You want to help him do that?
Get the door for me.
Well, there's the trailer with the crate after we got the console up, and we had to literally tear part of this stairway up to get the console in. This is where we had to tear everything out. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those clips of moving day for the console here. Now, the other thing you might be asking is, was it worth it to put all that effort into moving the console like this? And for me, it was. It has a lot of great features. This Soundcraft is not exactly vintage, so it didn't need a lot of work. It has had a few things that I've had to do. I think this one was made in 1992, according to the serial number. So the newer large format consoles may be a better bet if you're not a tech and don't know how to restore something or recap everything. So that's a good aspect of this particular console and some of the newer large consoles that you may find on the used market. And yes, it's been worth it. The sound quality difference between this and the consoles that I've owned in the past is not subtle. This console sounds very good. It has a lot more features, and it has a built-in patch bay so that I can connect all my lovely outboard gear to the console and get to that and all the patch points in the console more easily without having to purchase a lot of other snakes and patch bays and things to wire everything up. So for me, it's worth it. Your mileage may vary, but I very much have enjoyed owning this console so far anyway. And to me, it has definitely been worth all the trouble that we had picking it up and finding a place, getting it in here, climbing behind this thing to wire it up. I mean, it's a lot of work. For me, it has been worth it though. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you find the large or small console or studio equipment of your dreams as well. And I hope you have an excellent evening, day, night, weekend, whatever it is you're having. Thank you, take care, don't forget to like and subscribe.